With us now, Dr. Qanta Ahmed, Senior Fellow at the Independent Women's Forum. Always nice to see you, Dr. Ahmed. Welcome back.
Pleasure, Hena.
Let's start with Witkoff and Kushner. What do they need to do during this visit to get this deal over the finish line?
In fact, the very first step is to see that Hamas actually is serious and begin the release of the hostages. I think without that, nothing can happen. And that's why this evening is so critical and important. Already, Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff have delivered tremendously. The last time we saw hostages released was in January, led by their joint efforts. And Kushner separately has his own legacy, without whom the Abraham Accords would not have been realized. He was instrumental in working with President Trump and delivering that. So they both have a lot of credibility with the Arab region. They've already done a lot of the groundwork. You saw just a few minutes ago, the foreign ministers of Jordan, Egypt, the Gulf states, Turkey, Pakistan, Indonesia all support this effort. And that means continuing the pressure of the entire Muslim world on Hamas. And all of them are aligned, all of these groups, all of these nations are aligned with the United States. So the lifelines are running out for Hamas. And I think that's what you're going to see happening in Sharm el-Sheikh.
Yeah, this is certainly a unified voice from Muslim countries. The first time I've seen that in a long time, certainly during this war. There's a Hamas official. He told the AP, the Associated Press, that some of the details of the proposal are simply not acceptable. They will need to be changed before Hamas can agree to anything. What might those sticking points be? How far apart is Hamas from the peace proposal as it stands right now?
Hamas is and will always remain a brutal terror group. We are coming up to the 2-year anniversary. I examined the bodies that they murdered and desecrated before and after death, women, children, men, elderly. They will not change. This response is absolutely typical. And it's not just what they're saying. They don't want to disarm, which is essential to the agreement. The first point in the Trump-Gaza plan is de-radicalizing the Gaza enclave, and they can never be a threat. And they don't want to disengage from governance. They want to continue to reign, even if they're not in name de facto rulers. That's what Hamas wants. And never mind what they're saying. What they're doing, actually, is only last night, there was an attack foiled of Hamas terror extremists, the Nukba force. Those are the same people that did October 7th. Attempting to kidnap individuals inside Gaza and again create propaganda. And it was only foiled because local resistance clans armed by Israel and Israeli drone intelligence was able to stop that. So it doesn't matter what they're saying. They're still behaving the same way on the battlefield as you and I speak.
With that said, Israel has continued bombing, too, until 24 hours ago. You just mentioned the importance of the hostage release. We all know you can't trust Hamas. They are a terrorist group. Hamas has agreed to releasing the remaining hostages. Like you mentioned, you've been on the ground for quite some time. You've been in and out of the country. Talk about what that would look like. What will it take to make sure Hamas, who we can't trust, will follow through?
First of all, we are at their mercy. What's become very important, and President Trump should be saluted for this, is he refers to the hostages as our hostages. Remember, there were multinationals, not only Israelis, including Americans, 42 French, all nationalities. So he's taken ownership. These hostages are not only Israel's hostages, these are our hostages, and that is a huge step. The tension will continue to mount because the only reason this is possible is because of the groundwork Israel has done, devastating as it has been on loss of some civilian life, is to put that pressure encroaching on Gaza City, where they're controlling about 70 to 80% of Gaza now and are absolutely closing the noose on Gaza City. Now we have to see, will Hamas start moving and bringing the hostage assets to a location where an exchange can occur? Israel is very experienced with that. They've been through that for 2 years. The Israeli medical physicians that I'm in contact with are already preparing to receive hostages. The Red Cross most likely will transport them. That is a tinderbox which can be upended at any moment.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.